everybody.
What's
Welcome
up?
to Double Overtime. I'm Monse. This is my kind of friend, Jon.
Whoa, I guess I've been reduced
A
because of
little bit.
some of my feelings for the Warriors, but whatever. That's fine.
Oh, what? Let's,
We're not going to start right there.
No, we're not going to start right there.
Okay.
Let's start on just funner stuff. Let's start, we have a lot of scandal today, whatever. We have a lot to talk about. We got a lot of scandal list things happening in sports, which we're going to address. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about the NFL draft. We're going to cover all that. And if we have extra time, we're going to talk about the MLS, a lot of fun stuff. But we did just have the marathon in London. Fun fact.
Yes.
This guy ran in a Big Ben costume, that clock. The big
Ben Roethlisberger?
Oh yes, that's exactly what it was. No. It's the big tower, like the clock that they have over in London. This guy was trying to beat the record for somebody running a marathon in a costume. He didn't beat it. He did it in 3 hours and 54 minutes. Lucas Bates. He was like a 20 minutes over-ish or something. Okay. But what's really funny is he got to the finish line and he didn't fit. His costume was too tall and he couldn't limbo. So somebody had to come and help him go down and under the finish line.
Why didn't he just slide across that thing?
I don't think he was expecting to not fit.
Oh.
I think it was he got there and he was like, I'm not going to fit.
Yeah, he didn't measure that out, did he?
Not at all. But I'm sorry. The fact that you ran 26.2 miles in a costume and you finished in 3 hours and 54 minutes?
I mean, that's amazing.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's great. First off, running anything in a costume for that long is ridiculous.
Right, agreed.
Now, I guess after you've run for 20 some odd miles, you're probably not thinking about how am I going to get across the finish line. You're just thinking, I need to get across this finish line.
And he did it, and he didn't do the Guinness World Record. He didn't beat it, but I thought that was pretty fun.
That was great. I mean, at least it wasn't a Ben Roethlisberger outfit.
No, that would have been tougher, I think, to do.
Really?
That's a lot of weight. I think this thing was probably made out of paper.
Right.
And it was super light. You know what I mean? All right, but on to the scandalous stuff happening in the wonderful world of sports.
All right.
Let's start with the easier one that we are all familiar with, Robert Kraft.
Okay.
I mean, it's still an ongoing investigation.
It is.
It's basically he is doing everything in his power to not reveal that video.
I'm doing everything in my power to hopefully never see that video. I mean, there's no reason for me to see a geriatric getting some love from a lady of the night, especially in a strip mall. That's not something on the top 10 things I need to see before I pass away. But if it gets released, I'm sure it's going to be so exposed on social media that you're going to see it no matter what.
I'm glad you brought up social media so soon because I feel like these scandalous things that we're about to talk about are even more heightened because of social media. Mm-hmm. Imagine these things were happening 20 years ago. It would have been a very different way of handling it.
I think a lot of things would have been swept under the rug. We would have never heard about a billionaire doing scandalous things at a strip mall 20 years ago.
Never. Do you think he and his group will successfully stop this video from being released? Do you think the NFL has any in on it in the sense of we don't want this released for our own reasons?
I don't know if the NFL cares. Okay. I know he definitely cares.
Of course he does,
and so with the money that he has, I'm sure he could do something to at least prevent it from being seen. It might be just a lot of bribery. It might be passing money around. I mean, everybody, I think, has their price. So whoever has that tape, they have a price. And if he can find that price, he'll be fine.
But you really don't think the NFL cares? You don't think this is going to affect the NFL?
I don't think the NFL cares enough to try to stop the video from being released. I mean, there's plenty of videos being released with the NFL. There's plenty of audio being released for the NFL on all kinds of things that are happening. Mostly within the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
but either way, I don't think the NFL seems to really care as far as bad publicity goes, as far as that's concerned.
And that's shocking to me because let's move on to the other scandalous things happening specifically with the Chiefs in drafting Tyreek Hill.
Right. Something they should have never probably done in the first place.
And after this past year with Kareem Hunt, same team, why draft that player? So you're saying if you were the head of operations for a team, any team, any sport, you wouldn't draft a player that had an incident years ago. Obviously it has resurfaced because it's more than one incident, it seems now, with Tyreek Hill. You wouldn't, even if he was so good.
Sometimes the crime is way too far for you to assume it's okay. You know, The man beat up his girlfriend, choked her out, and punched her in the stomach while she was pregnant with their child.
Right.
That's not just like he went to a convenience store and took some candy bars. You know, that's a completely different thing, you know, because like back when Jameis Winston was a problem, I mean, what was he, stealing crab legs or something like that? You know, like that's not even close to the same issue as assault on somebody.
Right.
You know, and like trying to probably prevent a child from being born. Like that's not even close to the same, like, as far as, you know, crimes being committed.
I totally agree with that. You know, a lot of people are here kind of judging a little bit of the Chiefs and like why they would draft him. And in all honesty, I'm blaming the NFL because it's like, NFL, why are you even letting him join the draft?
That's my problem too, because here's what the Chiefs are going to do. They're going to release him. What's going to happen? He's going to get picked up by another team. So why even release him? Because you have to release him because you were the team that took the risk on him? Because another team is just going to take him immediately. There's not going to be any lesson learned. I mean, Kareem Hunt was without a job for like a couple of months. You tell me he learned his lesson because he missed a few paychecks? No, he didn't learn his lesson. I just don't understand why these GMs and chairmen think that they can just change a thug by giving him millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that one at all.
And it's really tough because this guy did this years ago and we knew about it. And then now he's with the same woman and she has revealed this audio footage of basically accusing him of breaking that son that he tried to punch while he was still in his mother's stomach, breaking his arm.
Right.
Well,
what's interesting is that first, they couldn't find who was at fault.
Right.
And then now this audio comes out of him threatening her, being like, if you tell anybody I'm going to, you know, end you, I can do whatever, you know, because he's a big man beating up women and children. So there's something really wrong with him.
Yeah.
And they should have been able to figure that out before it got to this. But I guess when you see that a very, very good player has fallen down on the draft, you're thinking, well, maybe we can be the ones to make this pick work. You know, he was a first rounder. Now he's in the third round. The value's much better. Maybe this will work, but it hasn't.
And my thing is like, Chiefs, you just went through this.
They go through it all the time.
Why? But it's like, come on, man. It is so fresh in everyone's mind.
Right.
Why would you draft him?
Well, I mean, again, this happened before the Hunt situation, but like this
information has been, we've known about this.
Oh yeah, no.
So it's like, why draft with this guy with this history after the history you just had?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the coach, maybe it's Andy Reid, because he's like known for this. Like he took a chance on Michael Vick after he, you know, had his. I know I shouldn't mention that name with you, but I just
not mention that name with me.
I had to because I'm just bringing up the Andy Reid history.
All right. Okay.
Know?
Fine.
I didn't mean to make you mad.
Yeah. Too late. Too late. Anybody who messes with any dog or animal deserves to be put underground. Right. Immediately.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm just saying that this is the history that Andy Reid has with giving players second and third chances.
All right. So overall, I really do blame the NFL.
Right.
But then I slightly judge the Chiefs just because of what happened last year. You know what I mean? But to me, this is an NFL issue. The NFL should not allow this. And then we can go into the Titans pick, Jeffrey Simmons, who...
Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves with the picks of this year because due to somebody being picked number one...
Okay, everybody needs to calm down.
Monse gets to wear this wonderful hat right here, everybody, because I didn't lose my pants.
All right, everybody needs to calm down.
Come on,
Sit
Monse,
down,
look
stop
at this.
clapping.
KM
I will throw.
number one for Kyler Murray. Here you go, Monse. You get to put.
How do you want me to put this on? I got headphones on.
Well, I mean, it's adjustable. You can figure it out.
It's adjustable. Mira, I'm getting instructions on how to put this hat on because apparently it's happening.
No, yes. If I had lost, I would have been pantsless. I decided to go without underwear today just to kind of be in like good faith.
That's disgusting.
Disgusting?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I mean, you don't see that I'm not wearing underwear.
I just want you guys to know, I washed my hair today.
It's a clean hat. Don't worry about that.
I washed my hair. Girls, guys with long hair, am I right? Whatever.
Yeah, I won a bet. 1-0, baby, undefeated.
Okay, everybody needs to calm down. Everybody that's here right now needs to chill out.
I think this might be like the second time I've ever seen Monse wear a hat.
I usually wear it backwards.
It's true.
Because I'm short. So I feel like when I'm standing next to people, everyone's taller than me, that the bill blocks my view. I'm constantly looking up. Like people you guys gotta remember, I am constantly looking up. Okay. So I feel like the bill blocks my view. So that's why I don't wear hats as often. And when I do wear it, I wear it backwards and then I get in trouble.
You get in trouble?
Because usually I'm wearing these hats in work environments.
Oh, I got you.
You know? Because I'm supposed to look profesh.
Right. No, I think the hat looks nice on you there. You know?
Yeah, I swear this better be a brand new clean hat because I just washed my hair.
It's a new clean hat, girl. Okay. I knew I'm going to go bring something dirty to put on your head.
It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me.
Oh.
See the face. You're not even denying it. You're just
good name.
Whatever. Okay, now can we go with the Titans pick? Jeffrey Simmons,
let's do that.
Who punched a girl in high school. Very different, I guess you could say. He said he was defending his sister, and
I think his mother too. I think he said
there was right. It seemed it was more a defensive action in high school. Obviously, still not good. You're punching a girl,
right?
But kind of like how you were saying, I wouldn't say it's the same as Tyreek Hill. I say this guy does deserve a second chance. Right.
I mean, yeah, because when it happened, he was in high school. And let's be honest, when you're in high school, you do a lot of dumb things. And if he's doing this to protect his family, maybe he wasn't thinking clearly. I'm not saying what he did was right, but I would say that, you got hormones raging. You maybe just blacked out, had a moment.
Yeah.
Just were like, look, I got to defend my family's honor. And he went too far.
Yeah.
Now, should he have been picked in the first round? Maybe not, because I don't think other teams were going to go after him because of the controversy.
Okay.
And I don't think if the Titans didn't pick him in their first round pick, then if they picked him second, third round, people would just forget about it. But the fact that he was in the first round and everyone's watching Thursday's draft, then it became a problem.
Yeah, I agree that it maybe happened a little sooner, but again, I wouldn't compare them to be the same. And I also think it helps that the owner of the Titans, Amy Adams Strunk, she kind of in a press conference showed support, and she was like, everybody needs a second chance. We're fully aware of what went down in high school, and everyone deserves a second chance. And he got a little teary-eyed.
That's the quote of the NFL. Everybody deserves a second chance.
But no, NFL, that's the whole thing.
Right.
Not everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, unless you're gay, you don't even get the first chance, though.
Which is, it's come on. NFL's got to do something about this.
Yeah.
Now, with these picks that happen in the NFL, with these, controversial picks, these scandalous picks, if it turns out that this person is still scandalous, still doing something, or maybe does something new, do you think the NFL team should be punished? The team, not because that's who you have to punish.
You know what? At this point in time, you kind of have to at least consider it. Because, look, this has happened a lot. It seems to be a repetitive thing. You can't tell me there's not enough people in the pool for you to still make teams. I mean, there's colleges across the nation that have football teams. There's only 32 teams. So you can find talent. You just don't want to find certain talent because you don't feel it's valuable enough. And then you're like, well, this is valuable, but there's a shady past, but it's valuable. So they go with that, where they should just be like, you don't get this job at all.
Yeah, I agree. But bottom line, what I think should happen is the NFL should not allow these people to even come onto the draft. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Don't allow them to be able to be drafted.
I think you should allow them to be drafted because
but then that defeats the whole purpose.
But the second that they do something, then you hit the team with a fine. You got to do something to that team, because then these teams are just going to keep doing.
Well, see, John, now I'm confused, because at first you seemed like you were very upset with this Tyreek Hill thing, and now you're saying, no, let him be drafted. Now I'm a little confused.
Well, I really think it depends on the crime. Again, the crime of him, that's far above acceptable.
Okay.
But the instance with the high school kid, or when he was in high school,
right,
that's a different story.
Okay.
So I think you got to look at what the crime is and then go from there,
Yeah. Let's talk about somebody who probably didn't get a second chance, though.
Who's that?
Colin Kaepernick.
Well, no, he did not. He did not get a second chance. Kaepernick did not get a second chance at all.
Yeah.
But I believe his reasoning for not getting the second chance was a couple of things. One thing, he was kind of on a decline as a quarterback. The other thing was, he didn't like to be number 2, and he always wanted to be number 1. So when they found a reason to get rid of him, they hopped on that bandwagon. Am I saying it's right? Absolutely not. But I think they just found something that they could use against him, and that's what they used against him.
It's very convenient that it was kind of a political conversation that caused him to not get a second chance, which, you know, if we really got into that, the show would be 7 hours long. Right. So we're not going to really go too much further into that, but Colin Kaepernick definitely deserves a second chance if we're letting all of these other players join NFL teams, get paid millions of dollars after you beat someone up.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get the second chance because all these quarterbacks that were drafted this past round, like people like Daniel Jones.
Went like 6?
Nope. Yeah, he was number 6. The Giants picked him up. Everybody was like, why did you do that? They claimed that other people wanted him.
And they thought, yes.
No one wanted him. Don't lie to us.
You ain't got to lie to kick it.
That's right. They were lying. They were lying bold-facedly. No one wanted Jones. No. And they could have picked him up 17, could have gotten a better pick at 6, someone like maybe Josh Allen who had slipped down a little bit.
Yep.
They couldn't get your boy Nick Bosa because he was able to land a spot at number 2 there. So close to winning, Monse. So close.
Are you? I know. I'm so upset that Nick Bosa went second because I thought he was going to go first. It's like, y'all could have picked him like 7th, man. It hurt more. This hat hurts even more because he went second.
Right. Well, they probably didn't want him to go first since he has a history of I guess online bigotry. So you don't want that to be the face of the NFL.
Yeah, you don't want to be the face.
You want a guy wearing a pink suit.
Yeah.
A fresh pink suit, looking nice, claiming that he's wearing it for The Great Gatsby or something. He said it was his favorite book, I think
so. Yeah.
I was like, homie, I don't remember a pink suit in the book. And you should tailor your suit to that time period. There's a lot of problems I had with that.
You were just not happy about that.
Like, that didn't make sense. Just be like, I like wearing pink. Just go with that.
So actually, this fun fact that I heard, 47.5 million people watched the draft.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of people.
No, apparently they had records of attendance as well as viewership. Yeah.
Even though, it's like, but did these people really go to see the NFL draft or did they stumble upon this? I don't
know. I did see a thing about bachelorette parties being real upset in Nashville because they're like, what's this NFL draft? It's like, well, why is your maid of honor making your bachelorette party during one of the biggest things in the NFL? You should be upset with your maid of honor. They'll be upset with the NFL.
If I was the maid of honor, I definitely would make my girls go watch a sports game.
Of course you would. You'd be like, I guess we're doing it at the draft, ladies. Just grab a drink and meet me over here.
That would totally be me. So I'm not hating. I would love that. Now, obviously, it's a little different, violence versus sexual things happening in the workplace. We got Luke Walton.
Yeah.
Who is being accused of sexual assault.
Sure is.
With a former Spectrum Sportsnet reporter. She also covered the Lakers, Kelly Tennant. And she has come out and saying that the first incident was in 2014 and then the next one was in 2017 at a hotel. But it's interesting. Her and Luke have a relationship.
Right.
More than just I'm a reporter, I'm going to interview you. Apparently, she's friends with him and his wife. They both played volleyball, I think at a very good college, elite college level. And she said that Luke was a friend, a mentor, all of these things. He even wrote the foreword in her book, Life After Sports in College, because we know volleyball, it's terrible, but after college, volleyball, there's nowhere to go, which super sucks.
Right.
As a volleyball player, I love volleyball.
Your only choice is, I guess, the Olympic team.
And even that, it's I wish that's another conversation that would last another 7 hours.
I guess you just got to move to Brazil.
I won't make it.
Why not?
I'm too short. I can't play beach volleyball. I really can't.
They have the indoor stuff too.
But beach volleyball is where you make it. That's when, I'm way too short. I can jump a centimeter off sand.
All right. Well,
it's so hard. It's so hard.
I'm sure you'll wear the uniform well. I'm sure you'll do that.
Thanks, John. Thanks, John. We'll do a segment on the beach.
We'll do a segment on who wears a beach volleyball uniform better, Monse or me. I think Monse will win.
I do think I'd win that bet.
Right.
That's the one I can guarantee I will win. So, Luke, guilty? I obviously
that one's a weird one because
it's a little bit.
The timing of it seems very strange. It's not when he's a Laker coach, when he is literally the most important kind of coach you can have. You're doing this as he's being sent to the Sacramento Kings. Now,
right.
It seems a very strange time for this to be happening because this isn't even the height of his career.
No.
Like, you would do this as he's getting the job to be the Lakers coach, or even when everyone's showing him as the Warriors assistant coach that's now coaching this great team.
I know.
Not then either. So it seems very interesting on the timing of which this is coming out in. I don't understand why. Maybe she had been doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then the wifey found out, and now she's got to be like, oh, well, he abused me. I don't know.
We don't know. There's something weird, though.
But something strange about the timing.
Something is off. I even read that they said that the statute of limitations is already gone.
Right.
And that there's really no evidence. Like, even her and the thing of meeting at the hotel room, like, 2014, nobody has that footage. Like, it's just interesting that this is when it comes out.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd. I don't know what they can or will do about it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I guess it does kind of, hurt his, I guess, legacy a little bit.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes out. Maybe we'll get more information. Mm-hmm. But we also have Wayne Rooney, who is an English soccer star, but plays with MLS's DC United. Mm-hmm. Now, poor guy. Apparently, he's had a history of possibly cheating on his wife, maybe once, maybe twice, but this time he did it with a call girl who is releasing an all-tell book, and it's coming out with details.
Right. One of those details, that he was crying?
He cried because apparently he cheated on his wife while she was pregnant, and after he committed the crime, quote unquote, he showed this on-call lady, this woman, this call girl, the photo of his sonogram, and he started crying.
Well,
tell me, as kind of a man, because I'm still mad at you. Kind of like, you're more of a man than Machado. There he is.
Thank you, I guess.
Here's a bobblehead that John gave me last time.
It's a beautiful bobblehead that she continues to deface.
Yeah, I'm going to just draw
I don't know why I
him.
get her gifts. I don't know why.
Yeah, anyway.
Well,
there
she goes at it again.
He's going to look like, I'm going to do like a Mike Tyson thing, or I'm going to try to. Okay, so what do you think the thought process of that guy is right now in this, knowing this is about to be revealed in an all-tell book?
I mean, here's the thing. He should have probably known that it was going to be a situation like that regardless. Well, maybe not, because I guess when you're getting a call girl, the whole thing is you're paying them to kind of be discreet. Like, that's kind of the point of this. So she's kind of breaking.
What Robert Kraft was thinking too.
Well, but he didn't know that they had and I don't think the woman is the reason why he's getting pinched. There's other reasons. Like, I feel like she had discretion and she was not going to tell everybody that she was getting with this, 70-year-old billionaire. Maybe she told a few family members, but I feel like, him crying and showing the sonogram and all that good stuff. I mean, it seems bad, but at the same time, it shows that he had emotions. He cared about, I guess, the child, maybe not his boo thing, his wifey, but maybe he cared about the new life that was coming into the world. So, but hey, I mean, the man's on the road. I guess he needs to get some satisfaction. I mean, look, no one in the NBA apparently is faithful. I mean, according to like somebody who was interviewed years ago, they're like, who's faithful in the NBA? And they were
Nobody.
like, Grant Hill. That was it. Just one man, Grant Hill.
And I think there was another player, and it was a Spurs player years ago, but they were like, nobody is.
Tim Duncan,
And there's players who have deals with their wives that it's like, okay, you can once, but you got to tell me, and blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, so much scandal.
They're on the road. Yeah,
no, John. What? They're on the road. They get a pass. No. What?
I thought they were area code rules.
No.
Ludacris did a whole song about this.
Luda. It has nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying. I feel like Ludacris knows a lot about the NBA, and maybe he was doing a song for them.
You know what? Since you're upsetting me, we might as well go into the Warriors Rockets in the NBA playoffs. Since you're already upsetting me, we might as well keep going.
Let's do it.
All right. No. Okay. All right. So before we officially stop talking about the Clippers, my Clippers did an excellent job. Excellent.
They did well. I mean, they made it to game 6.
They did an excellent job.
I said they did well.
No, I just threw something at him, and I was supposed to throw something else that was softer, but I threw a pen.
Softer things.
No, it was just a pen. You're fine.
They did well. I'm not saying they didn't. Like, they won 2 games. I only gave them 1. So.
Why do you like the Warriors so much, John?
What What is this that I like the Warriors?
Why do you like them? Why do you always need to defend them?
Why don't you like the Warriors since Kevin Durant's probably going to be on your team next year?
No. Kevin Durant's not going to be on the Clippers. He's going to go to New York. Okay, so my Clippers did great. They lost, in game 6, but it's fine. They did a great job. Now we are officially into the semifinals over in the NBA playoffs.
Right.
And so much scandal already.
Well, before we get into the scandal, I want to ask you, how do you feel about the Rockets going to the Bay Area to set up shop before game 6 even started?
I was a little upset, but not as much as you thought.
Okay.
No, yeah, I understood it. And bottom line is, I want the Warriors to lose. So,
well, I understand.
So as I knew the Clippers were not, even if the Clippers got past the Warriors, let's say, I don't think the Clippers could have beat the next team. This was like, if this would have happened, it would have been like because they were on a high. It happens when you're feeling good, and if it would have happened, almost like a fluke, let's say. I don't know if the Clippers would have gone past the Warriors, despite them being the best team and taking down the reigning champs. So I was a little offended by it, but I was not super upset.
Yeah, because when I heard about it, I was like, Monse,
I know. And then
steaming somewhere, just like got smoke coming out her ears. Like, how dare they count us out before we're actually out? Like, that's what I was expecting from you. But
you know what upset me more? When after the game 5, after game 6 happened, I was just at home and I was so upset because Lou Williams had a bad game and like we were so close. We were never completely out of it. Like it was, I was super upset. And then our friend, Ashley Love, hey Ash, she texts me and was like, how about Kevin Durant's blah, 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 playoff scoring, blah, blah, blah. Like she tries to send me sometimes messages pretending that she knows about sports and tries to engage me, which is so sweet.
She tried.
But she hit the wrong nerve.
Yeah, she did.
The minute I read that, I was like, are you kidding me? I threw my phone down so quickly. And then I responded and I was like, I could care less about Kevin Durant and his attributes right now.
Well, I mean, right now his attributes have made it so that people are talking about him and LeBron again, because we always got to bring up LeBron James, even though he ain't doing nothing but reading the script for Space Jam 2. But apparently we got to talk about him again.
Yes.
But right now they're talking about how Kevin Durant is better than LeBron James. And I mean, it kind of looks that way, at least this year.
Right. And listen, I don't like the guy. He's super good. Like, I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
His talent right now, like what he is doing, and he didn't just do it one game, he is like doing it consistently. Oh, yeah. Which is what you can't see. People got jokes here in our studio.
Do they
John?
Now? Do they
They're saying they can't see my eyes. Is it because of the hat? Is it because of the hat? Is it because you can't? I hate everyone so much.
Maybe you have to put it on backwards now. Maybe, yeah. Can't see your eyes.
I'm sure you can't see my eyes. I'm wearing a hat. Give me 2 seconds.
Right. There we go. Oh, look at this.
Can you see my eyes?
Yeah. And we're going to probably make your hip hop music video too now.
Get some.
Right.
Keeping it real. 100%. What were we saying? Because I got distracted since people can't see my eyes.
Oh, we were just talking about the NBA.
Oh, and Kevin Durant. Listen, I might not like the guy for many reasons, but that guy is good.
No, he's good. I mean, if you go up to him and be like, score 30, he's like, when? The first half? First quarter?
Or do you want me to do it? Yeah. It's annoying how good he is.
No,
it super great. Is. So yay, good for you, Kevin Durant. Whatever.
If he ends up a Clipper, you're gonna love him then.
No, I'm not.
Why
that's
not?
the whole thing. Don't.
Why are you not?
Because then that's gonna contradict everything I've ever said about jumping on a bandwagon. It doesn't have to be jumping on a bandwagon for a team. That could be a player. Right. I am not going to do that.
So if
I will be at a Clippers game wearing my Clippers and booing Kevin Durant. Okay, maybe I won't do that, but I might if I have a couple beers.
I would just love the story of it, because it'd be great if Kevin Durant is literally in the same building as LeBron James, doing better than LeBron James.
That would be fun.
That's a great story.
It's a great game.
That's what the NBA probably needs.
Maybe.
They need that story.
But a lot of weird referee calls, you got very politically correct when I brought this up to you.
I don't know about politically correct. I just don't like...
the refs are human and they can't... No, man, they made mistakes, and that's the point.
And
here
mistakes.
You are. Well, the Clippers and the Warriors. You politically want to defend the Warriors, and I hate that.
Look,
I hate that.
I'm just defending the fact that these referees are human, and they're going to make mistakes. They're going to call calls that aren't real. They're going to not call calls that are real. They're just not going to make it 100% clean.
Okay, So then why are Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, who they just lost to the Warriors in the first series of the playoffs, were like, that's funny. All of those calls were made on us. So that's my thing. It's like, if you are going to make these calls and you've been making them for the entire season, you've been making them in the playoffs, and then we get to the Warriors game and you're not going to make the call?
Well, they're not the same team of refs.
They shift around.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, it is the same refs.
Well, no. I mean, it's not this. But are you talking about for like these specific games or like the season?
Just in the season, in the playoffs, it's a rotating cast, yo.
Right, but I mean, there's different refs being called in. Like your rookies aren't going to be called in for the postseason. Like you have a. They
actually, I might have the number wrong, but I want to say there were 7 rookie refs this year reffing playoff games for the first time.
Oh, okay.
I might be off in the number,
all right,
but it was like 7. I like to say 7 because it's close to 10, close to 5, whatever. Around 7. But I'm telling you.
All right, we just have just numbers.
I'm telling you, they said it that a more than 1 or 2 rookie referees were playoff for the first time. We're covering the playoffs for the first time.
Okay, well, even still, I'm just saying these referees are going to make bad calls, they're going to make good calls, and they're going to make up phantom calls. So there's nothing that we can do about it because this is just going to continue to happen. The game is so fast, they're not always going to be right. Now, that last foul with Green was not a foul. Harden literally jumped 4 feet forward and threw his legs at him and fell down.
But Draymond also jumped 4 feet forward. They both did.
But when you both do it, they call it a no call, which is probably what it should be.
Which is probably what it should have been all season. But yeah, they weren't doing it.
Well, yeah, because James Harden has to look good during the regular season.
Why do you hate James Harden so much,
I don't hate the man. I'm just saying that's what they like. James Harden to look good. They like him to have these records. They like him to keep scoring because it's good for the game. So then they'll let him have 800 free throws in a game and they'll keep.
But they didn't let him have that in this past game.
Right. Because I think I don't want to say what the refs are doing is right, but I think they want the players to kind of dictate the game based on them scoring buckets. Like his buckets have been going down since game 1 and 2 of the last series. Ever since then, he's not scoring as much. And so they're like, well, dude, if you're not even going to hit the threes, we're not going to bail you out every time. So I think that's what he's expecting now. He's expecting these bailouts. And they're like, make some threes first, and then we'll bail you out.
All right.
I'm not saying that's right, but I think that's what the refs are kind of doing.
All right. I don't completely agree. And so you're saying that the referee wearing KD shoes, nothing, completely innocent?
Look. Okay. That one... First off, I don't really know. I didn't look at the man's kicks as he was running around out there. This is something that you have now told to me. So yes, that probably does seem wrong. They should all have neutral.
They should.
Ugly Reeboks that nobody would wear. That's what they all should be wearing out there on the court.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they should have. None of them should be repping any of the players' shoes.
For those of you that are listening and tuning in, do you think the referee wearing KD shoes says anything?
Well, I think it says something.
No, because you're either saying it was completely innocent, the guy is not aware of it, or he fully knew what he was doing.
Right. It's either one of the two.
Right.
But I'm just saying they shouldn't even have this option. They should be
but here we are, and they have the option.
Right.
So now here we are, and these are your 2 answers.
Okay. Yeah. So if he knew that he was wearing some KD shoes, he is in the wrong. 100% in the wrong. Now, if somebody gave him these shoes, or if he was just like, I like how those look on my feeties, then look, I bought some CP3s before, and I didn't know they were Chris Paul shoes until after I got home.
John Darnell, NBA referee.
I'm not saying I'm on
You're
the
right.
same.
It's the same thing.
I'm not saying I'm on the same par, but I'm just saying, like, if I was a referee running around in some CP3s and I didn't know it, and I'm giving him all these calls, trust me, they're going to say something about that. You know, like, that's just how it would be.
Whatever. Bucks Celtics. Mm-hmm. Just a quick recap. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, what I think is going to happen, I think the Celtics are going to win.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Overall, I think they're going to win. You think they're going to do it quickly? Or you think it's going to go to game 7?
I think it's going to be quick.
You think it's going to be a sweep, a gentleman's sweep?
No, probably not. But Giannis clearly doesn't know what's going on out there.
No, he's it's too much.
Yes, he's just too young. And right now he needs somebody to finish it off. Like, say what you will about James Harden. He's at least somebody who can finish it off. Chris Paul can finish it off. Those are dagger shooters, right? Yeah. There's no one like that on the Bucks. Yeah. There's no one that can bail out Giannis. Mm-hmm. So they're done.
Yeah, he's literally proof that one superstar is no longer enough to carry a team.
It's true. It's true.
He's proving it. You know, Chris Middleton, hey, you were an all-star. You're great. One mega star is not enough anymore. That's crazy.
It really isn't.
Yeah. And he's a star. Like they took him down.
Even though, I mean, kind of the Trailblazers are doing it on just one star.
We'll see what happens after this series, because that's been my thing. We've talked about Damian Lillard, who maybe he's listening to me. Maybe he's going to prove me wrong. I would love to see them get past it. I would love for him to be in here. Why are you looking around? Why are you making fun of me?
Well, because you're like, is he listening? I was like, oh, you mean, is he watching the show? I thought he was in the room listening to us right now.
John, I don't have time.
Why?
I don't.
Why don't you have time?
Because we got to wrap it up. You guys, gals, dogs, whoever, all of you tuning in. Everybody in the club.
We love you all.
We really do. We appreciate you, weekly joining us. Hopefully you get a laugh. Hopefully you learn a little something. Please comment. Let us know what you think about Luke Walton, whether the sexual assault is real. Let us know if you think the NFL should just not let those players with a history of domestic violence even come to the draft. And if you think the Celtics are going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks, which we both agree on something there.
That's true.
So that's good.
And also let us know if you think Monse looks good in a hat.
I'm sure this is even crooked, isn't it? Like, I can't see.
It is crooked.
I know. I look absolutely ridiculous.
Looks like
and
a
I washed my hair today.
Yeah.
I can't.
The hat is clean.
I don't. It's flattening my curls.
Oh, I guess
anyway,
that is the
guys,
problem.
thank you so much. Follow us across social media.
It's true.
Where can they? People are talking smack. What?
Yeah.
Where can they follow you, John?
Well, they can follow me at John024Durnell on Instagram. Also, Twitterless John on Twitter. That's _Turless John on Twitter.
If it was any more complicated.
Yeah. I'll try to make it more complicated.
Perfect. You guys can follow me across social media at Monse Bolanos. You can follow LATV Network at LATV Network. Thank you so much. We will see you guys next time here on Double Overtime.
Bye, everyone.